What's going on, my friends? It's time for another Seven Figures Club podcast. Today's topic, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, going to be a good one. We are going to talk about the importance of determining whether you are a consumer or a creator and why that is vital to you joining the Seven Figures Club. So let's get going.
There are over 32 million businesses in the U.S., and over 90% of them will never break seven figures in annual sales. So how do we as entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs break into that seven figures club? This podcast will relentlessly share the secrets, strategies, and tactics I've used to create 3 multi-seven figures businesses and bring in even more successful entrepreneurs than me to share their inspirational stories and tactics to success. You can create your dream business and life right now. So buckle up and let's go.
All right, my friends, hope you are doing well. Hope you are taking massive action. And if you're, in our community of funding CEOs and partners, hope you are, taking action on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to create your dream life, etc. Or if you are an entrepreneur of any sort or trying to become a successful entrepreneur, maybe you've got some side hustles. Again, the purpose of this podcast is to help you join the Seven Figures Club. And if you're getting value, if you are learning things, if it's making you think and giving you aha moments where you can have a breakthrough in your business, make sure you share this podcast with others who are on the path to entrepreneurship, to becoming a business owner, to creating financial independence for themselves and their families. That's what this podcast is all about. So today's topic is an important one, and it's one that's vital. If you've seen The Social Dilemma, which is a documentary on Netflix, and it's about social media, in particular, definitely spending a lot of time on Facebook, and how a lot of these social media platforms are incredibly addictive and manipulative, and the algorithms just are so good at getting to know you, your likes, and what they're really good at is sending you down a rabbit hole. Have you ever, been in the middle of doing a task? Maybe it was at home, maybe it was at work. You're busy, you're working away, you're plowing through it, and for whatever reason, you get a ding on your phone. You get a notification. You pull up your phone, you pull up Facebook or whatever the social media platform is. Maybe it's Instagram, maybe it's TikTok, whatever it is. And you start scrolling, you go through that notification, and then your thumb magically continues to scroll, and it scrolls and it scrolls, and wow, there's a post update from one of your long lost friends. There's a post update from a family member. There's all sorts of interesting content being put out by, people that you follow, that you look up to. And one thing leads to another, and 30 minutes passes by, and you say, oh shoot, I'm in trouble, I'm off task, I'm off target, I just flushed 30 minutes down. You kind of feel a little bit guilty about it, but you kind of enjoyed it at the same time, and you don't think too much about it, and you get back to your task, get back to the job at hand, and you move forward. How many times has that happened to you, where you went down that rabbit hole, you didn't even mean to, or maybe you were searching for something on social media, you found that, and then, an ad or something else caught your mind, caught your attention, and you went down another rabbit hole. And all of a sudden, 30 to 60 minutes passes by again. And what happens, what researchers have found, what documentaries like The Social Dilemma have taught us is this is how addictive and powerful and manipulative these social media platforms are if you are a consumer. That's the key phrase, consumer. Are you a consumer? Are you consuming? And especially when you're a new entrepreneur, it's very easy to, get caught in this trap of, I just need to learn. And all you do is spend all your time all day in the name of learning, but you're not earning because you're not taking action on the things you're learning, and you're trying to get information overload. You're getting paralysis by overanalysis, and that, my friends, is keeping you locked out of the Seven Figures Club. So my job today is to help to transition you from the position, the the environment of becoming and acting as a consumer and transitioning over to becoming actually a producer, a creator of content, of social media, and building a following and becoming a thought leader in your field. So, for example, in our Funding CEO Academy, we teach a lot of our folks who are building their funding empire about the importance of building a brand, of building out a niche, of who is your dream customer and client, and talking to them, putting yourself 100% in their shoes, and creating content that helps to solve their problems, give value, and bring them into your world, to your products, to your services, etc. And so, as an example, sometimes I was doing actually a Zoom call with one of our funding CEOs yesterday, and she is awesome, young entrepreneur, ambitious goals, great communicator, has a solid job, and is building her funding empire on the side. She's also building an empire through e-commerce and is building that business up. And I said, wow, it sounds like your niche should be other e-commerce business owners who need funding. If you have your website and you post social media content and you create your entire brand around solving the problems of e-commerce entrepreneurs by helping to get money in their hands so that they have funding and financing at 0% interest in order to purchase inventory and grow their dream business, that's going to be a very powerful niche for you. And she agreed, and she's going to go after that. And I'm super impressed with with her vision of what she wants to accomplish. And so for you, whatever you're doing, instead of being that consumer that just scrolls mindlessly through your social media feeds on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever it might be, what you want to transition into is a creator of content. So instead of just mindlessly consuming, if you go through and you start scrolling with the purpose of learning, what are the great social media influencers on Facebook doing? What are the great social media influencers on YouTube doing? What are they doing on Instagram? And you start to take notes and you start to basically say, well, I really like this one. I like what they do here. I like this one. And you start to put things together. All right, I like what this guy's doing. I like what this gal's doing. You put 2 or 3 things together, and then you put together your focus, your niche. Who are you solving problems for? Who is your dream client, your avatar? For me, it's 35-year-old Bob. That's the name I've given him. 35-year-old Bob has 2 kids, a wife, a W-2 job that he doesn't like, and he's longing for independence, financial independence. He wants to be able to fund and grow a business, or he wants to join our Funding CEO Academy and build his funding empire from home and eventually be able to do that full time and quit his job and have more freedom for his family and more financial upside. And that's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to Bob. He has kids because I've got kids, and I know we're going to connect on that level. He has the same concerns about being able to provide an epic life for his family, for his children, that I do for mine. Bob, has a wife who, works hard too, and he's trying to help create a better life for her and make his family proud of him. And he wants to not just make great money, but he wants to make a really positive impact. He wants to help business owners, so that they can create the products and services that improve our lives. Or he, just wants funding so that he can build his dream business and create the life he wants by sharing his products and services with his clients or customers. And so that's my guy. Bob is my avatar, and every decision I make is with what does Bob need? What are Bob's concerns and problems and obstacles, and how can I provide solutions for Bob? And that's what really important to understand from a marketing perspective. And so with that in mind, now you can go out and you can create social media content based on what Bob's problems and needs are. And there's a lot of different things you can do. Right now, I think the biggest upside is with YouTube and LinkedIn, but there's these great tools. There's great tools like Hootsuite, I think is one of them, and there's another one called Hero something or other. and you can basically, create a post or a video for social media, and it can go out to all of your accounts. I know on our social media we have like 15 accounts in all the different platforms, and we'll do a post and it will go out to all of them simultaneously, and that's the magic of technology. So in this transition to become a creator, number one, you begin by not just scrolling mindlessly through the feed, but taking notes. Wow, this one caught my attention. Here's why. And you start to figure out, well, this guy's really good at creating curiosity with his headline, with the first thing he says in a video. He gets my attention this way. Or this gal's really great at using emojis and having a really fascinating way that she writes out her content. She gets my attention about a topic. And it looks like they're really good at focusing on one topic. They're not trying to tackle 50 topics and get out of the lane that they don't know and understand. They're staying in their lane of what they know and understand, and they're helping me to solve problems that I have. They're talking to me in their written out post or their video, and you want to be able to do both. Now, obviously, if you don't love being in front of a camera and doing video and you'd rather write, that's cool. But at some point, we're more and more a world that revolves around video, and the ability to communicate and do it on video is very important. And so if you can, that's something you need to work on. It's worth it. It will pay off over and over and over. And you might suck at the beginning, but if you stick with it and you keep learning, you will eventually create solutions and build your audience and following. And that's what is so powerful about social media, is those algorithms, that content. When you build your personal brand as a problem solver in whatever your niche you're serving, whatever client you're serving, you can build that and do it very cost effectively. It doesn't have to cost you a ton of money, and you can do it organically. Obviously, with some platforms like Facebook, at some point you're going to have to spend some money there, or even YouTube. But YouTube and LinkedIn right now have a lot of organic reach where you can really build both of those brands up, both of your followings up through those platforms, and do it without necessarily spending a ton of money. So that's what you want to do. You want to take action towards that. You want to understand who you're serving, what niche, who's your avatar, who's your dream client. You want to talk to them, and then you create that content that solves those problems. And it doesn't have to be complicated, and you don't need a big expensive studio. You can set up a really great YouTube studio for under $1,000 and use your cell phone to film it and have great lighting, and do the editing yourself, or go to Fiverr.com and have somebody there for a very affordable rate edit your videos for you. Like, this can all be done, and then you can use some of these different platforms to post to multiple social media accounts all at the same time. And now you begin to convert yourself from a consumer to a creator of content. And as you do that, now you're on your way. And so as you have your free time, let's say you're building a side hustle up, instead of mindlessly scrolling through social, now do it with the purpose of learning and then becoming a creator. And then the most important thing is take action. Maybe write out, schedule it, right? If it's not scheduled in your calendar, it's not going to happen. So you need to schedule maybe once a week or once every other week, or at least once a month, where you're going to create some videos, some posts, and you're going to put them on a schedule, and you're going to put them out regularly. And if you do that and you transition from consumer to creator, now you're on your way to joining that 7 Figures Club. Now you're on your way to building a brand. And then the next thing that you want to have is you want to have some kind of lead magnet. And one of the most powerful ways to do this is by giving away a free book or a free download. By doing that and having that easily effective and available, and a call to action with each post, with each video that you send out, now you begin to build that brand. Now you begin to build that audience, and you're transitioning to a creator by doing that. So that's the next step, is to post regularly and make sure that you have a call to action. Sometimes it's just to, engage them, get them to comment, to like, to share your posts. All that's very important. And I'm going to ask you to do the same thing with our podcast. Give us a 5-star review if we've provided value in the last few months. Share this podcast with others. But think about the same thing, right? If you're sharing content, if you're bringing value, you've got to have a call to action. Don't just share value without a call to action. don't feel bad about asking someone to do something. You just gave them value to solve a problem. They want to go further and learn more about you and how you can help them. And that's where you have a website, you have a ClickFunnels landing page where you're giving away a lead magnet, you're giving away a valuable download of some sort that goes deeper into the problem and then takes them maybe to the next step where they set a calendar appointment with you, where they buy one of your low ticket offers and get into your world. And that there's a lot of great information on this. I would say Russell Brunson's Expert Secrets and Traffic Secrets books really go into how this process can work. But the most important, again, theme and topic here that I want you to take away is make the commitment now to become a creator instead of a consumer of social media content, and schedule out a time when you can work on it consistently on a weekly, monthly basis. And if you do that, my friends, you will be on your way to building a brand that solves people's problems, a following and an audience, and have the chance to join the Seven Figures Club. Well, my friends, if you got value again from this podcast, share it, give us a 5-star, and we look forward to joining you on the next podcast episode. So have a great day, take action, make sure you're on schedule for your 2022 goals and plans, and we'll see you next time on the Seven Figures Club podcast.
Are you looking for more seven-figure secrets, content, or even how you can launch your own recession-proof business? Then check out sevenfigures.com. That's the digit 7, FIGURES.com, where we share more videos, stories, strategies, funding solutions, entrepreneurial education, and even the secret business type that's recession-proof. Thank you for listening, and if you're finding value in our podcast, please give us a 5-star and invite others to join the club.